Going on the road, going on the road, going on the road with Harley and Mona. RV broke.
Are you going to prison today?
Yes.
You're going to prison today.
Yeah.
We're at the Yuma, what is this place called?
Territorial Prison. The Old Yuma.
We're at the Yuma Territorial Prison, and we have company this week. It's kind of windy here today, but it's very sunny. Here we are. The Yuma Territorial Prison remains open thanks to the people of Yuma. The 310 stops here.
It's a pin-connected railroad span that predates when they could do the calculations on gusset plates or welding.
No. Wow.
Okay, I'll tell you one more thing now. Because I mean, you never know, you might get a train enthusiast.
Yeah.
But you see they got 4 rails when it gets on the bridge?
Yeah. Yeah.
Those are called guardrails on the inside. So if the train derails, that'll catch the
keeps it
inside of
from-
the wheel so it doesn't go off and
all the
break
way
the
off.
bridge.
Wow.
It'll wobble its way to the end. So,
Yeah, it's all the way, the whole
so
length
all
of
you
the
can,
bridge.
you can
yeah.
just say 1923 bridge still in service today, and there's the guardrails or something like that.
Okay.
Some train guy will subscribe.
Wow. It was right here where we're standing.
Okay, and what happened?
Well, a third of the prison got removed so they could do this bridge that you just looked at.
Oh, okay.
See it?
The Sallyport. Sallyport was flanked on each side by large exterior prison walls. Is that the Sallyport right there?
I guess so.
1875.
Wow.
Here we're going up the main guard tower. Prison overview. The original fence around the prison was made of wood. To discourage escape, a massive 18-foot wide adobe wall was constructed in the 1880s. At ground level, the wall was 8 feet thick and 5 feet across the top. A whitewash mixture of blue clay, linseed oil, and other chemicals protected the adobe bricks. The parking lot covers the original granite rock foundation under the wall. The broken cement to the right of the parking lot is the floor of the East Shops building. Below you is the location of the northeast corner of the wall.
Guards crossed a catwalk to reach the wall. They were monitoring prisoners at the east yard inside the prison and those making adobe bricks in the outside yard. They had a view of the movement in and out of the wood shop, tailor and shoemaker shop, laundry facility, bathhouse, library, and electric plant. The shops were an example of the self-sufficiency of the prison. Not only did prisoners produce items needed there, but they were also trained in skills necessary to become productive citizens. Notice the electric wires along the wall in the illustration. The electricity was fueled by the electric dynamo. quite modern for the 1880s. This system was so efficient that after 9 p.m. the electricity was sold to the city of Yuma.
So here's the entrance. There's the guard. Territorial Prison, 1875. Welcome to prison.
Going into Sallyport.
Crimes ranged from brutal murders to white-collar crime to adultery, even seduction on the promise of marriage. There were also what some might call political prisoners, Mexican revolutionaries to 9 Mormons who went to prison for polygamy instead of renouncing the tenets of their religion at that time. And there were the 29 women prisoners who created chaos in a prison mostly populated by men. It was 1875, and Arizona was not yet a state. The territorial legislature was convening to address several pressing issues, one of them being the establishment of a territorial prison. Legislator Jose Maria Redondo was in attendance that day. Redondo was a Yuma entrepreneur, rancher, and farmer, and would later be referred to as the father of the prison.
They went up for a vote. They were in the legislature, they were going to choose state capital, the seat of the university, and a prison. So Tucson had the U of A, and Prescott was the capital, and Yuma was not even mentioned in the morning of this meeting. So all the legislators went to lunch, except for Jose Maria Redondo, and he crossed out Phoenix and wrote in Yuma. And when the legislators came back, they rushed the bill through so they could all go home, and Yuma ends up with a prison.
1 year later, July 1st, 1876, the prison opened. The first prisoners began their sentences within the prison cells that they had built themselves, carving them into the granite outcropping of the Yuma crossing, where the Gila and Colorado rivers merged. It was not long after its opening that prisoners began to refer to the prison as the hellhole. Inmates were crammed 6 to a cell. A single bucket was all that was provided as a bathroom. The place was dirty. Prisoners were allowed 1 bath per week. In the summer, scorching temperatures would bake prisoners in their cells. All around the prison, large sewer roaches roamed free. Those who broke prison rules wore a ball and chain, and the worst offenders were confined to the hated dark cell, some for as long as 100 days straight. The windowless cell was 15 feet by 15 feet, carved into the solid granite hill with a cage that sat in the middle. Prisoners were fed only bread and water. Some were driven half crazed from the perpetual darkness.
There were times when there were multiple prisoners in this dark cell together. So you have to remember that there was no latrine. The prisoner was stripped down to his underwear and caged in there. And the reason the cage was there is when the guards brought their bread and water once a day, that prisoner wouldn't rush the door.
And they used to say about the Yuma Territorial Prison that some of these guys put them in solitary confinement, and the guards took great pleasure in dropping scorpions in through the air hole or a snake or something like that.
Like at many prisons, the will of the prisoner often could not be broken. There were numerous attempts to escape. Most attempts were unsuccessful, but a few lucky ones, or not so lucky, did disappear into the desert, never to be seen again. Prisoners would fashion makeshift ladders or rope to use in their plan to escape over the wall. One simply walked off from outside the prison walls on a work detail. The boldest of all the escape attempts was the infamous Gates riot of 1887. A small group of prisoners overtook Superintendent Thomas Gates, acquiring his pistol and holding Gates hostage as they demanded the doors be opened. With the pistol to his head, Gates' life was threatened. It would take another inmate, Barney Riggs, to disarm one of the assailants and rescue the superintendent. Riggs had been serving a life sentence for killing a man he believed to be involved with his wife. His heroism on that day earned him a pardon from the government, and he was later freed. During its operation, approximately 110 inmates died while serving time. 8 were shot and killed during attempted escapes, and 4 others chose suicide as their way of escape. Most often, deaths were caused by everyday health issues like consumption, now known as tuberculosis, or from heart failure. Martin Rios held the distinction of being the only inmate to be executed while incarcerated at the prison. Rios was hanged by Yuma County for the murder of a fellow inmate.
So we're in Old Yuma, and we came upon a... Oh, where are we? What are we doing?
Old Yuma. And they got a barbecue festival.
What
And it was a one-lane bridge.
Bacon wrap hot dogs.
Sonoran dogs? Is that what they are?
Well, we call them bacon wrap hot dogs.
Oh, okay.
Or dirty dogs or LA dogs.
Oh, okay. Bacon wrapped dogs.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's the way to do it.
That is the way to do it.
Yeah, and then you share it.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
There's my dates. Yeah. My last. Yeah. Oh, that's. Oh. Hey, what are you eating?
Date shake with bacon.
Everything's better with bacon.
This is good.
Martha's Garden. Date Farm. I wish you could smell this.
Going on the road. Going on the road. Going on the road with Harley and Ramona. RV broke.